joined the Auckland HOG Chapter on a ride that took place in early August, a little bit before the world got turned upside down for us all. The theme of this week's video was all about looking after each other, and it can be summed up, I guess, in some great advice that was given before a very long group ride last year by one of the road captains who he said, look after yourself, look after the guy in front of you, look after the guy behind you, and if everybody does that, we're all going to get through the ride just fine. As we all know, when you're riding a bike, you can't always see what's going on behind you on your bike, and sometimes you do need to know, and that's where riders behind you, looking out for you, can make a difference. Now this particular ride, it's obviously already underway. We're heading north. This is in the Dairy Flat area. We're turning right onto Kahikatea Road at Waitoki, and we're heading up towards State Highway 16. And as we're riding up here, I can see one of our riding buddies in front. His saddlebag's come unlatched, and it's flapping in the breeze. You can see it there. Now, it's a leather bag, so it's not in danger of ripping off the lid or anything, but anything that's in the pocket there could fly out. I was keeping an eye out, didn't see anything come through. Couldn't get on the left of the rider to let him know, and it would be pretty hard to signal without words that there's a saddlebag problem by coming up on the right. So at this point I just kept a watching brief. I would have pulled over if anything flew out, but nothing did. Now we're coming up to an intersection here, turning right onto State Highway 16, and I wasn't able to get up onto the left hand side of Matt to let him know that the swing arm bag had become unlatched, but as it turned out, one of the other riders behind me, John, did pull up alongside of it and point out the problem, which I think was quickly rectified just by reaching back and making a couple of clip adjustments, which you'll see happen here just before we're turning right. So with that problem solved, we are now carrying along State Highway 16 towards the small township of Kaukopakapa, where we're going to pick up another hog rider who's waiting for us at the Gull station. For whatever reason, didn't make it down to the starting point at North Auckland Harley Davidson at Takapuna, and join us up, partway along the ride here. Greetings, brother. Now, as we're heading up, this is still State Highway 16, it's the Kaipara Coast Highway. We're heading up into the hills, and now I want you to pay attention to the rider right in front of me. A pretty nice road glide there. Two big saddlebags, beautiful things, very expensive. And as we're heading up into the hills, you'll see what happens next. And what happened is we got briefly separated by traffic, and by the time that I then caught back up again, which we'll see here with that little transition, we're coming up on the hill, something seemed to be a little bit different about the bike. The road glide, it's something hanging off the side. I couldn't quite understand what it was. Came up close and realised, okay, the saddlebag has flipped open. Now, this is it's not detachable, and it's certainly not made for travelling at speed like that, open. And the rider, Mel, he didn't know it had actually sprung, so I'm trying to let him know that it had happened. I had tried and failed just before there. So looking for a more straighter piece of road, coming up just around the corner here, and I'm just managing to pull alongside now and signal, bro, you got a problem there behind you. So he was able to reach around and just clip that one back in a place, didn't have to even pull over or anything. But he's pretty happy to know that at the time rather than after the thing ripped off through wind pressure. So that's how we roll in the Auckland HOG Chapter. We look after each other when we're out on the road together. It's the only way to ride. So anyway, that's it for this week. Take care out there, safe riding. Hope to see you out on the road sometime soon.